One. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Where nerd is a new bully. I'm your host Leroy with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with another episode. And for those that don't know, I am Leroy calling from Jackson, Mississippi, and Eli is podcasting from Planet Hoth.
Yeah. Yep. Echo Base.
Echo Bay. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, this is a nerd podcast. If you didn't get that last reference, just cut this podcast off.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, just go listen to something else. Go listen to, I don't know, Steve Smith or something. But yeah, Eli, has it warmed up any out there?
It did. It actually it's above zero today.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
It's been above zero for the past, basically through the weekend. What sucked is we warmed up after the polar vortex moved off. It warmed up to like 40 degrees.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
First time y'all see this, so we went from negative 50 to 40.
Yeah. So basically a 100-degree difference.
Right. So you had people walking out in like shorts and flip flops and shit.
Yeah, but then that caused the fog to roll in. So it was like fucking the mist all weekend because you had that frozen ground and then the warm air.
Right.
You know, and you couldn't see jack shit all week.
Because I felt bad. I felt bad for you guys because Chicago got all the news.
Oh yeah.
They were showing all the news. They're showing pictures of Chicago. Like, you remember the movie Day After Tomorrow? It was called Chicago Tomorrow. Like, it was just looking just like that. But then you guys were saying, oh, y'all were even worse. Like, I was hearing the report, y'all were colder than Antarctica.
Yeah, basically. Antarctica came here. Yeah, basically.
Like, what the fuck?
They said we almost got as cold as Mars, they were saying.
I mean, I guess that's cold. I've never been to Mars, but
yeah.
They could have gave us a frame of reference or something, you know.
It must suck because I was out in that shit. That shit burned. It was so cold that it burned. That's how. Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
I'm surprised there haven't been any like reports of injuries or
Oh, there's people. Yeah, people died.
That's what I figured. Well, I didn't want that to happen, but I kind of figured that cold something like that would happen because you're not supposed to survive in that cold weather.
Yeah, you get frostbite in under 5 minutes. They say you can't take a deep breath or else you're going to freeze your lungs. So
right.
It was some crazy shit. Yeah, school. Like my kids had practically the whole week off from school because, they didn't want no kids waiting at the bus stop and this shit,
Exactly. The last thing you want, kids dropping, like that. So we got a residual of that, Eli. It was 30 degrees here.
Oh yeah, that's tropical.
Yeah, it was one drop of snow. So for those that live in Mississippi, if you see one drop of snow, everything is shut down.
Yeah.
So
we're still coming at it. Well, of course it warmed up, to 40 degrees over the weekend, which caused the whole state to look like fucking Silent Hill, just foggy as hell.
Right.
And now the temperatures drop. So everything, all that snow that melted during the weekend, it's all ice now. So like this morning, woke up to 10-car pile up on the highway because it's all ice out there.
I mean, don't you got to put like chain on your tires or something? Or I don't know. I saw it in Rocky 4. I figured that was what you guys do.
Yeah, that's for like the mountains and shit. In the cities, chain the concrete will chew that shit up. So.
Oh well, I guess that makes sense. So, so that is fucked up. Okay, so like I said, we are finally out of January. January was the longest month of all time. I don't know, was it me or did January feel like 3 months of 2018?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like a fucking long time. So we're done. January is out of here, one in the books, and we're 11 months away from 2020. That being said, now we're in February, and you know what that means for February, right?
Valentine's Day.
Fuck Valentine's Day. Black History Month.
Oh, Black History.
Right.
That's right.
You're right. So Black History Month. So that is the thing. But here's the thing, Eli. The more we get, further into it, it's not like we used to. So now you're getting a lot more resistance, and for celebrating Black History Month. And you know who's giving the most resistance?
Who's that?
Black people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Like, black people don't want to celebrate Black History Month anymore, and I kind of see both sides of it. Because they're saying that, Black history is not something that should be relegated to 1 month. It should be celebrated, year round. Shouldn't take 1 month, you learn history and things like that. Or, it's also kind of insulting to give it to us in the month with the least, with so much other stuff going on Valentine's Day and the least amount of days in it. This kind of February is kind of the forgotten month, So I can see people saying it's kind of insulting them to say just, oh, we're just gonna give you just 28 days, celebrate Black History Month. And here's how I feel about that. And I'm just gonna give my opinion on the situation. It would, in a perfect world, yes, it would be nice if we celebrate Black History year round, and I feel like we should. And if you know your Black history, more power to you. But I feel like Black History Month isn't necessarily for us to learn Black history. I feel like it's for us to teach Black history. There's a lot of people that don't know about it. So I feel like if you should have, programs or celebration or, things to, teach people about Black History Month. If you have, but you should, yes, take your time out to learn Black history all year long. You shouldn't be like, oh, when February 28th hit, okay, forget everything I just learned. No, keep going, There's some other things that, we've seen for Black History Month. Marvel wants to jump into it. Apparently, they're taking ownership of Black History Month with Black Panther, I guess. So to celebrate Black History Month, they're giving free showings of a cartoon character.
Okay.
Yeah. The movie.
Weren't they releasing it back in the theaters for free?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're releasing again in the theaters for free, so everybody can see it. Nowhere near me, of course. They've even
it's already on Netflix and shit.
But it's already on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's on Netflix, but they're gonna re-release it in the theaters. Something else is going on, Blake. On the YouTube channel. Okay, have you seen the Black Panther cartoon?
The one on the BET one?
Not the BET one. That was awesome. There's actually a new one out right now.
Oh no, the one that's on Disney or whatever.
The one that's on the Disney Channel, right? It's made for kids, it's kiddie and stuff like that. But it's nice to have. They've uploaded some free episodes on YouTube to celebrate Black History Month. So that's cool. Something else. I think they're giving away some free comics also.
I heard something about that.
Something like that. I haven't really done my research on it, but I heard something like that. So all in all, pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, like I said, that's how I feel about Black History Month. But if you notice, Eli, you really haven't seen me just post a whole bunch of Black History Month and stuff like that. Oh, check this out, Black History Month. I just kind of like, for the month. Because if I see something Black History worthy, I'm going to, I'm going to learn it anyway, whether it's February, March, December, whatever.
Well, here's something I was like pondering.
Yep.
And I posted this today. I only got a few likes because I don't know. I might have ruffled some feathers.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, Jimi Hendrix.
Yep.
And on my other podcast, I kind of pondered the fact that Jimi Hendrix quite possibly might have invented heavy metal. Like bridge the gap between hard rock and blues to what metal became. That link, that missing link. So I've been saying that lately. Mm-hmm. And so I just pondered that. Hey, shout out to Jimi Hendrix, Black History Month, the inventor of heavy metal. And just I'm
not into heavy metal, so is that like a controversial opinion or something? Or
I don't know. I think people usually say Black Sabbath is like the first metal band, which probably is true. But I'm saying where those seeds were planted, the evolution, and just how Hendrix played his guitar and his tone, and how he did the solos, and I was like, that was the precursor to what became metal.
Okay.
So that's just something I've been a theory of mine that I've been pondering lately. So,
like I said, I'm heavy metal is not my genre, but I fuck with Jimi Hendrix. Like some people listen to Jimmy, I hear Jimmy. Some of you might get that reference, some of you might not. But I mean, like I said, I had no idea he had that much influence on it. But yeah, I mean, Jimi Hendrix is awesome. I mean, Prince pretty much tried to just mimic everything he did.
That solo on "Let's Go Crazy."
Right.
That's him basically doing Hendrix.
Right. And everybody takes influence from somebody, so that's always a cool thing,
Yeah.
Something we didn't even talk about, Eli, the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It's like a lot of shit before we get to the nerd shit.
You want to talk about the game, or you want to talk about the commercial?
Game first, commercials later. We'll get to that. And I guess we should. I probably shouldn't open up the Pandora's box. Let's just go to it. What'd you actually think about the game?
Well, I only saw bits and pieces. They had it playing at my work, and I just saw like bits and parts, and it looked like it was shitty, like a boring game. So
it really did look like a boring game. Now you got some football snobs and elitists going like, "Oh, it was a defensive demonstration of the game. You just don't understand the game of football. If you understand it, then you would understand that the game is not boring." I'm like, "Fuck you, man! Like everybody's not John Madden." I want to see a game high passing, high scoring, especially since they're supposed to be that. What's the fucker's name? Tom Brady supposed to be like the greatest of all time, the GOAT. I want to see him do some GOAT shit. You know, not just do some more boring shit and just barely make his way to it, especially going against a team that shouldn't even been in it to begin with.
Yeah. And like the best pass was an interception.
Right.
So. and it wasn't Tom Brady.
I'm like, so that game fucking sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it just, a defense. I've heard that argument too. Like, defensive game. Like, oh, that's what I want to watch. A big pile of fat dudes pumping each other.
Right. Just hit each other over and over again. I'm like, that's just not exciting, man. I want a fun-looking game. Right. So, you know what somebody said? I saw this on Twitter. Somebody, like, neither team wanted to win because they know they had to go to the White House and eat, like, Big Macs and McRibs, with Trump. Like, fuck this.
Hamburgers.
Right, hamburger. Right. Like, what the fuck? Oh, what about the halftime show?
I didn't see the halftime show.
You didn't see the halftime show? Okay.
Oh.
I'm getting mixed opinions of the halftime show. I saw it. I liked it. It wasn't, the best thing ever. Here's the thing. I don't really know Maroon 5. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, me neither. Not really.
Okay.
Like, I know of them. I've heard their names, and isn't that dude like on a TV show or some shit? One of these American Idol shows.
I talked to my mom today. We went eating, and she said, "Yeah, he's on one of those, The Voice or something."
Yeah, one of them fucking shits.
Right,
that
he's
I don't
on
watch.
one of those shows and shit. So he was there. He performed. This thing, they had a hard time finding artists because pretty much most of the black artists were boycotting.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because of Kaepernick and things like that. So Beyonce is out. Jay-Z is out. Everybody said, I'm not doing it. So they pretty much had to scrape up any artist they could find. And the one black artist they could find was married to a Kardashian. So he was
really?
Yeah, so he's just like, he has a baby with a Kardashian. I don't know, whatever. So he performed, and I was like, okay, this guy kind of sucked, but it's like, that's the only guy they could find. So it's like, whatever, And it's just, it was okay. Honestly, Maroon 5 has a lot of songs I didn't know they did. They were just singing songs. I'm like, oh, they did that? I didn't know they did that. Oh, that's them? Okay. I like that song. You like Moves Like Jagger and shit. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That what's that other song? She lives. That song. So
I do not know that song.
How do you not know this? How do I know more Maroon 5 than you do?
I'm Wicked Underground, man.
Yeah, I see. Hardcore to that. Okay, last thing I'm going to do before we get to the news. I was going to go past this, but Eli, this news is so fucking weird. I just got to talk about this. We never talk about music on this show, so I'm going to talk about music this time. Okay, we're going to talk about rap. We're going to talk about this rapper named 21 Savage. Have you ever heard of him?
I think so. Or at least maybe it's because of the memes.
Because of the memes. I'm going to break down the memes exactly what's going on. So, apparently, this rapper named 21 Savage from Atlanta, from the hardest hood in Atlanta, or so he claims. Grew up robbing people, sticking up people, drug dealing, stuff like that. The typical stuff. So, yesterday or 2 days ago, he gets arrested. Typical stuff. It's a Tuesday for a rapper, But it's who he got arrested by that's interesting. So, he got arrested by the immigration ICE, whatever they stand for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, they're like, why did he get arrested by ICE? Why did he get arrested by immigration? The reason he got arrested by immigration is because he's been lying about his citizenship.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He wasn't born in Atlanta. He's not from Atlanta. So, he got in trouble for that because his visa expired that he told nobody he even had a visa. And now they're about to deport him to his original country, the United Kingdom.
Oh, really? So he's British?
Yeah, so he's British.
Oh, I get it now. I saw that one about the red coats.
Right.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like thinking, I got him mixed up with the because this is how stupid I am. How much I don't know about this shit. I got him mixed up with who's that? Is it 21 Pilot? Who sang that Suicide Squad song?
I think it's 21 Pilots. I think.
Yeah, that's who I thought they were talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of. I'm like, okay, I don't, and even then I didn't get it.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. Now the story, we don't know the whole deal behind the story. It may not be as fantastical as we making it out to be, but it was what they're making it sound like. He's a British rapper that pretended to be from Atlanta just to make it big.
Okay.
That may not be the case, but that's what it sounds like right now. So that's where all the memes are coming from, where so
he's trying to pretend to be hard to sell more shit. Right. Like when MC Hammer dropped the MC and just went hammer.
Right. So for all we know, he might be hiding a British accent or something.
Yeah.
Hey yo, governor.
Yeah.
So I just thought that shit was
cheerio.
Cheerio. Atlanta.
Sweep your chimney, I will.
I'm gonna kill you in ET and crumpets, So yeah, it's funny shit. Okay, can we get to the nerd shit now?
Yeah.
I just wanted to breeze through this shit. I thought it was funny as fuck. Okay, so now for those that are new to the podcast, this is where we actually talk about the box office numbers. We break them down every week. Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie for the third week straight? I just threw you
I
softball
hear
right there.
I hear it's Glass. Like people are still watching Glass.
People are still watching Glass for some reason. It was number one at the box office for a whopping 9 million. So nobody's going to the movie theaters. It's just like, fuck it, I'll go see Glass. So I didn't see it. I don't think you saw it either, Eli. I don't know of anybody that saw it. So the movie is just kind of just hanging in there.
I heard people that have seen it ain't saying good things about it.
That's what I heard. I'm hearing people kind of trashing the movie that saw it. I didn't see the second movie, so I have no interest in seeing the third movie. So
yeah, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see the second one. So.
Right, I watched that first, and then I watched the other one. Number 2, we have The Upside, the black and white movie, the Kumbaya, let's hold hands, racism is over movie. Number 3, Miss Bala, or am I saying it right? Miss Bayao?
Or something. Is that drug dealer chick movie or something?
Yeah, she's a beauty queen, so she used to be Jane the Virgin and stuff.
Okay.
Apparently, this is an American remake of a Mexican movie.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's
El Mariachi.
It sounded like that, yeah. Number 4, Aquaman still hanging in there, which is still pretty cool.
Right.
What else we got? Number 5, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse still hanging in there. These numbers.
I went and saw that for a third time.
Damn. Okay. So, are you getting any different introspective on the movie, or?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
On my third viewing, this is what I noticed. Remember when he grabs Gwen Stacy's hair, and he's talking about going through puberty?
Yeah.
And then he gets his hand stuck in her hair, and then he rips his hands away, and he's got hair on his palms. Hairy palms.
Oh,
I don't know if that's intentional.
You know it's got to be.
But if it is, it's brilliant. That movie's even better now.
They're going to slip in things like that. So, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. What else we got? Hairy Palms. Number 6, The Green Book, which is probably gonna win an Oscar or get nominated. Well, already got nominated for an Oscar. The Kid That Would Be King, that weird ass King Arthur movie you talked about. 8, A Dog's Way Home. Cool. Number 9, Escape Room. I completely forgot what that movie is, but I remember. And number 10, They Shall Not Grow Old.
Oh, is that Peter Jackson World War I documentary that he restored or something?
I have no idea.
I think that is. It's Peter Jackson. Yeah, he colorized old World War I footage. And I guess it's supposed to be good, yeah.
Sounds awesome, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. We'll go with that. But yeah, that's the box office. Not really much to go with it. Like I said, we're in the month of February. So that means that we're a month away for the superhero onslaught that we're about to get.
Yeah. Just next month.
Yeah, and I guess we can talk about it right now. We can just ease right into it because another good thing that we saw, well, probably the only good thing we saw about the Super Bowl was the commercials, was the trailers. My favorite was, of course, the one where they had, they're going through like the wedding reception and like the old and the new players fighting each other. It was pretty cool. But, of course, the one that everybody was waiting on was Avengers Endgame. More footage of that. And it was only 30 seconds. Because even only Disney can only afford 30 seconds of a Super Bowl spot. And they own like half the NFL. So, yeah. So, that's pretty insane. Eli, what'd you think about the trailer?
I thought it was fine.
Spot or whatever. Yeah.
I thought it was fine. It's more like gloom and doom. Like the world's all fucked up still. And,
there was no Ant-Man to tell a joke at the end of it,
Yeah, it's just like, just like basically getting us hyped up. Would they say we don't stop or whatever? What the hell? We're the Avengers, motherfuckers.
Right.
Basically.
Right. It's time
We're
to
pissed
avenge.
Now.
Right. We can't defend the world. We'll damn sure avenge it. Even Rocket was depressed. That's how you know this movie's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. So and then it kind of, and even though the movie was just the spot was very, very briefly, it gave us a ton of information. Well, not a ton, but it gave us a lot more than what we know. Now we've confirmed that a lot of time has passed because they show a clip of the Statue of Liberty. It's just like a whole bunch of boats just docked right next to it. They've been abandoned. The baseball field's been abandoned. So yeah, it's some time. We don't know how much time has passed, but time has passed where they're just living on with it. Steve Rogers like he's some kind of AA meeting, trying to cope with it and stuff. Thought that was pretty cool. Rocket's on Earth. He's with the Avengers. I do feel like some of these scenes have been doctored. I do feel like they're not telling us everything. When we watch the real movie, scenes will be moved around here, moved around there, and stuff like that. You know how it goes. They always do this type of stuff. What else? What else that I saw in there? Cap get his shield back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't know if it's like a new shield, the old shield he had before. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So they gave us enough. The very beginning of the trailer, like it was like real fast right before they showed the MCU logo or the Avengers logo. They were showing all the dead Avengers, like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, blah blah blah, and all that stuff like that.
I didn't notice that, but
it was like super vision. It was like super quick. They did it.
I suppose.
Yeah, but they all showed, but it all had like a red outline. So I'm like, what does red have to do with anything? I guess we figured out when the movie starts. So. Yeah, and it feels like Captain America will be the focus of this movie, where it felt like Tony was the focus of the last movie.
Yeah.
So it felt like that. Tony and Robot Chick, building something. We don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's all we got for there. Next one, we got Captain Marvel. I want to talk about that one, but honestly, I forgot everything that happened in it.
It's just her saying, I thought it didn't seem anything different to me. I just shows her same old shit, flying jets, then flying, going Super Saiyan.
Right.
Nick Fury, young Nick Fury with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
More of the same. Sure.
Didn't they have like a mantra going in the background, like higher, further, faster, or something?
Oh,
like
yeah.
They're really trying to make that a thing.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to make that a thing. It's not going to be a thing. So, honestly, people are going crazy over what they think about. Let's talk about Captain Marvel for a second. Now, people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be Marvel's first flop." It's not. Oh, it's going to be this unsuspected classic no one's going to know about. It's not. At the end of the day, it's going to be another Marvel movie. It's going to show up, make $500 million.
Ant-Man. Another Ant-Man.
It's going to be another Ant-Man. It's going to show up, make $500 million, and go away and disappear, and we'll completely forget it ever happened. And she'll be a lot more engaging and a lot more interesting in Endgame than she would be in her own movie, just like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to get your hopes up for this. This will not be Marvel's first flop. It can't be Marvel's first flop. Even if it's a bad movie, it won't be Marvel's first flop. You want to know why? Because it's Marvel. You can slap their name on anything and it will sell. You can make a Sleepwalker movie right now and it will sell. Just put MCU Presents. And that's all you got to do. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
This is easy. This ain't rocket science. People go see stuff that, that name brand recognition. Which is why the DCEU is having some up and down situation right now. How you think about this segue, Eli? Okay. Your silence is deafening. Your silence is deafening. Okay.
I'm eager to find out where we're going.
Okay. I didn't stick the landing on that one. I get it. I will take your constructive criticism and move forward from there. Okay, so like I said, for those that haven't listened to a much better podcast than ours, Kevin Smith, Fat Man Beyond, you need to be listening to that one.
I know where we're going. Yeah.
Okay, you're up to speed now. Let's keep moving. Like I said, Fat Man Beyond, it was Fat Man or Batman. They broke down a whole lot of stuff that was going on. Now, of course, DC launched a whole bunch of movies, and they said they're gonna do this, gonna do that. I don't feel like talking about this shit because we don't know if the movie's gonna get made. I do want to talk about the very specific stuff that he talked about. And that is what he talked about with Justice League. Now, he said Zack Snyder before, basically, he talked to people that worked on both versions of the Justice League, the Snyder version and the Joss Whedon version. And he said with the Zack Snyder version, Zack Snyder penned out a trilogy for Justice League. And I'm kind of rehashing everything he said on that, but I'm going to just say it anyway. Basically, the first movie was pretty much what we got, except the ending was a little bit differently. Instead of Steppenwolf going up to the boom tube, they look at the boom tube and they see Darkseid. Like, they see him. Darkseid sees them. They either fight or they don't fight, or they just know that he's out there, And the second movie is supposed to be they go to Apocalypse, get into a fight, but the second movie is basically supposed to be like they get the shit kicked out of them. Basically, the ending of Infinity War. And the third movie is supposed to be the nightmare scene that we saw in BVS.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be like their last stand, the last fight. So basically that shit was supposed to come true. So that was supposed to be how everything played out. Now here's the thing. I hadn't said anything about this earlier, but there's and Kevin Smith didn't get any sources revealed, but I'm gonna give a source. Because like I said, I've been Jack trailing this since last year, and I'm gonna name a name. I'm gonna name Jay Oliva. I may be fucking up his name, but anyway, he's the guy that does all the guys that directs all like the DC animated movies, and Young Justice,
Okay.
shit like that. He's also on the story. He storyboarded some of the fight scenes in the movies also. So he was there when Zack Snyder was crafting stuff. He said from day one, from Man of Steel, Zack Snyder had planned out 5 movies, like from the Man of Steel on out. You know, he said what he said is that Zack Snyder planned out Man of Steel, of course, BVS, of course, Justice League, what we got, Justice League 2, which of course we know was scrapped, but he didn't give up a third movie. He just said there were 5 movies out there, and of course Kevin Smith comes out with the third movie and kind of fills in the pieces of the puzzle. Now we know what's going on. And he pretty much laid out exactly what it was. Like the reason Green Lantern didn't show up in the first movie because he was supposed to be in the second movie. They were going to be recast. Pretty much everything played out exactly how it was, and that's why he set up the nightmare scene, because the nightmare scene was going to factor in somewhere, but like I said, in the Joss Whedon version that we got, it completely disappeared. So yeah. So that was that. Now
I heard that it was all like Jim Lee storyboarded all 3 movies. Like,
right.
They were all storyboarded out.
Right.
Which would be cool to see. I'd like to see those stories.
I would like to see that too. That sounds like it's fucking awesome.
Just release that as release the. Hey, he storyboarded. That means they're Jim Lee drew it all. Just release them as comics.
That would bring me something else. Okay, damn, I got to talk about this. Okay, Reign of the Superman.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to briefly talk about it because we got a lot of shit. I'm going to just briefly talk about this. Reign of the Superman came out a while ago, like 2 weeks ago, but it finally hit DC Universe. So I finally got a chance to watch it for free. Well, not for free, but I paid for it. Yeah, Eli, it's fucking awesome.
All right.
What they did, they took, and of course you expect it to be awesome. What they took was a year of storyline and condensed it in an hour and a half, and they changed up some stuff, but at the same time it was like super faithful. I don't know how they pull that shit off. Like Hank Henshaw, and it went into the backstory of Superboy, how he's Lex Luthor's son, and Steel and the Eradicator was all this, like all the main beats they hit. Even though they changed some stuff, to kind of like cram it down in a minute and a half, hour and a half, which makes me think, damn. So that year-long story, most of that shit must have been filler, basically, And they found a way to get rid of the Justice League in the story so they can make it like a Superman story. And I thought that was pretty cool too. Now, the reason I say that to say this, the ending of that story was Darkseid sent all those guys. And Darkseid sent Doomsday to kill Superman and then sent Hank Henshaw, the cyborg Superman, to kind of like destroy his legacy. So Darkseid sent on these guys, and the Justice League finds out that Darkseid is the one that did it. So the next storyline is going to be them going to Apocalypse. So it makes me think, since Jay Oliva is the one making the story, is he making Zack Snyder's Justice League story in cartoon form? It comes full circle. So that may be the direction we're going. We don't know. We have to wait to see it plans out. But to me,
it's just too bad. I mean, honestly, I think Zack Snyder's vision sounded kind of cool, but it's just too bad that BVS fucked it all up.
Yeah, it's the difference between preparation and execution.
Yeah,
that's where everything falls to pieces. You still got to execute. And like I said, I think that we all just train, like Marvel has trained us to appreciate a certain type of movie, that any movie that doesn't follow that path, we're just not with anymore. So, I don't know. They failed, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But, like I said, now, how about this segue? There is a fallout to their failure. That was a little bit of segue, I think, Eli. Like I said, I took your constructive criticism. But
Fallout? You're talking about the video game now?
Not yet. Okay, that was another bad one. Okay. I'm going to work on it. Don't worry. What I want to talk about is Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because Ben Affleck is gone. Now, how gone is he? Well, we know this gone. Matt Reeves has came out and put a release date on the new Batman movie that's coming out. It's supposed to be in 2020, I think in the summer 2020. And they have already confirmed and said Ben Affleck will not be in the movie. And Ben Affleck has even retweeted that same article saying he will not be in the movie. And even then saying, I wish Matt Reeves and DC the best of luck in there. So he's out. He's done. We have confirmation Ben Affleck is done with these movies. Because let's be honest, Ben Affleck quit halfway through Justice League. That's just his thing. But he's out. And I guess now we've come full circle. They're going to get a new Batman. They said they're going younger Batman. I'm not even going to talk about who they're going to get. We'll talk about this shit later on. But let me ask you this: what do you think about? Where do you rank Ben Affleck in the Batmen?
I thought he was one of the coolest ones.
Yeah.
And of course, say what you will about BVS, that warehouse scene is probably the best Batman fight scene of all time.
I knew you were going to bring that up, but can we give Ben Affleck credit for that?
Oh no, that was a stuntman in a suit.
That was a stuntman in a suit.
You know, but even as Bruce Wayne,
mm-hmm.
as a grizzled, old, jaded Bruce Wayne, I thought he was fine. You know,
mm-hmm.
So I thought, I thought Ben Affleck was the best part of those movies. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, and Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, with the little time he was in there, yeah. When he punched Harley Quinn in the face, yeah.
Yeah, that was the best part of the
movie. So, yeah, that's what I think about that. Honestly, Eli, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. He's my favorite Batman.
Okay, yeah.
When I picture live-action Batman in my head, he's who I picture. I mean, because I feel like he's the most comic-accurate Batman we've had. Like
that is true, yeah. I will agree with that, yeah.
Right, suit-wise, you know, that, like I said, maybe that warehouse scene, you know, maybe I'm giving him too much credit for the warehouse scene, but at the same time, the warehouse scene was there.
Yeah.
You know, even the action scenes in Justice League where he's fighting, like, you know, parademons and shit like that. I'm like, okay, that feels like Batman, you know.
Yeah, that opening scene in Justice League I thought was dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, he's Suicide Squad, you know. Yeah. Even when he was just sitting there in the end talking with Waller in that diner scene. You know, and she turns around and says, you look tired. You need to stop working late. And then he just turns around, shut it down, or my friends will come after you. And then I'm like, that's some Batman shit.
Yeah.
And so he's my favorite. I understand that's an unpopular opinion, but it's my favorite. When I picture Batman in my head, Kevin Conroy is the voice, but live action wise, it's Batfleck, the goddamn Batfleck. He's the closest we've ever came to Frank Miller's Batman come to life. And I think that throws off a lot of people. But I feel like if Frank Miller was to make a Batman, Ben Affleck would be the closest one we get.
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And so that's my thing. And plus, he's older. And you almost expect Batman to be older, like with all the rhymes he had. He's supposed to be all this smart shit like that. You don't expect him to be in his 20s in the Justice League. You expect him to be probably the oldest guy on the team.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm cool with that, you know. That's my thing. Now we got to talk about replacements. Who's going to be Batman? We got to. I don't want to talk about who's Batman. We're not going to go down that road because everybody they name fucking sucks. I don't want to see the dude from Twilight play Batman.
Yeah,
you know?
Me neither.
I don't want to see the Jonas Brothers play Batman. You know.
Oh no, hell no.
Right. And I'm tired of these articles keep popping up. Such and such wants to be Batman. Such and such wants to be Batman. Who gives a fuck who wants to be Batman? Everybody wants to be Batman. It's Batman. So we don't need an article, everybody trying to campaign for this shit because we know when they start doing casting choices, this shit is going to be lined up around the block. Hell, I might try out for it.
You got the build for it, right?
Right. But here's the reason I can't. Can I give you another segue, Eli?
Uh-oh.
Okay,
there you go.
I'm getting better. Okay, you got to give me credit on that one.
Good
job. Okay, so the reason I can't is because I'm black. That's why I can't be Batman. So if you're black, you cannot be Batman.
Well, that's racist, man. That's racist.
I get it. I'm a racist.
I thought you were woke. It's 2018 or 2019.
Right. It's Black History Month. You know, I'm turning on my own people. I'm turning over my black card. I get it. But I'm going somewhere with this. Now, I want to let you know, I am not a comics gator. So all these bullshit ass comic gators articles coming out saying, it's tokenism. And fuck that shit, man. Fuck all those guys also. I'm going a different direction with this. The reason Batman can't be black is because it's built into the character itself. Eli, do you know Batman's number one superpower?
Yeah, he's rich. We've talked about this many times.
We talked about this many times. But like I said, for this podcast, it's always somebody listening for the first time.
Yeah.
So, Batman's superpower really is white privilege.
Yeah.
That's his superpower. He has generational wealth that he's collected over hundreds of years with his family in order to fund himself being Batman. Now,
yeah, the Waynes pretty much built the fucking Gotham City.
They built Gotham, exactly. They built Gotham from the ground up. You know.
Don't even get us started on the Court of Owls.
Right. So that's the thing. So he's a generational silver spoon, blue blood billionaire. Mm-hmm. Now, as a black person, there are no second generational billionaires in America. None. Zero. Except for Jay-Z's and Beyonce's kids. That's it. So other than that, no black man can have enough money and power and wealth to fund being Batman. It can't happen. It can't exist. The fundamental aspect of the character breaks down. Plus, let's look at it from a classism point of view. So, I was going to say Ben Affleck.
unless, what if he was adopted and all that shit?
Yeah, I've heard that bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. And once his parents would have been killed, back to the home he goes.
Exactly.
Back to the group home.
Back to the hood. And that's the thing. Ben Affleck, fuck. Bruce Wayne, that's how much I love Ben Affleck. Bruce Wayne lives in his ivory tower in stately Wayne Manor, which is actually outside the jurisdiction of Gotham, looking down on the underclass. Because what does Batman does most of the time? Beats the shit out of the disenfranchised, the poor, the bottom class, the folks that can't afford anything, so they have to rob and steal.
Hey now, they're not all murderers and rapists.
They are some mean hombres, let me tell you.
Yeah, there's some, just the criminals now.
Right.
That's all we mean.
That's all we mean. No, not everybody is a mean hombre, but yeah. But at the same time, like I said, we've always seen this, that the areas with and this is real life, the areas with the most crime are the areas with the lowest income. So we've always said that Bruce Wayne could fix Gotham way better than Batman could.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Bruce Wayne doesn't really give a fuck. He wants to beat the shit out of people. That's what he likes doing.
Because he's a comic book character.
He's a comic book character, basically. So as long as he can beat the shit out of criminals, he's happy. He doesn't care about, okay, instead of beating the shit out of this guy, maybe I should give him $100. Give him $1,000. Yeah. Fuck it, he's rich. He's a billionaire.
Yeah. Because the Batman comic where Bruce Wayne holds fundraisers for the hood, those are going to be boring as fuck.
You're right. I want to see that Nolan trilogy.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. The fundamental area the character breaks down, especially if he's black, because then we got to look at this classism. Just like you said, if he was adopted and his parents get killed, yes, they'd send him right back to the hood. Then he'd be right back in the hood and wouldn't have the money. Even if he did stay there, I think a black Bruce Wayne would be more sympathetic to beating the shit out of, maybe somebody that might be his cousin, that's standing in the corner. That's my thing.
Now, just for argument's sake.
Okay.
And to get your card back.
Fuck, I lost it a long time ago, Eli. So you can go ahead.
If there was a black Batman, who was it? Who would it be?
Michael B. Jordan.
Nah, man. I just watched Juice the other night.
Yeah.
Omar Epps.
Okay, Omar Epps 30 years ago, because that's how old that fucking movie was. Okay, I would give you Omar Epps. Yes, he could play Black Batman. Morris Chestnut back then. But let's say we always bring up these old guys. What about now? What about these new? You know who they said? Who's popular right now? The guy that wrote that Black Batman article. Who he said?
Who's that?
The Get Out guy.
Oh, the guy who was in Get Out.
Yeah, the guy that was in Get Out.
The main character.
Yeah, the main guy that was in Get Out.
He said he's short though. Don't you think he's short?
I think he is pretty short. He was pretty short. And plus he got his ass hit by Black Panther, so that you can't be, That's my thing. So, but yeah, they could probably get somebody to do that. But that's my thing. So yes, like I said, Black Batman and people are getting worked up over some shit that's not even going to happen. Just like Michael B. Jordan being Superman. Know how we all forgot about that shit, but everybody got triggered anyway? Same thing with this. So there's no reason for these 40-minute long, 50-minute long rants of you comics getting pissed off, burning comics, shooting them, pissing on them, just because of some shit that's not even going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Same thing with Geeks of Color. They don't have to keep telling us why diversity matters.
Right. Like, you know what? That is a conversation we're going to table for another podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to get deep in there, but we're not going to do that because we got too much shit to fly past, though. Another trailer that caught my attention.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We got to talk about this, Eli. Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs, Sean Hobbs.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Sorry, dude. I didn't watch it. But
what the?
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go past it. I'm just going to talk about it anyway because I'll be honest with you, Eli. The Fast and the Furious franchise, I love this franchise. I fucking love it. It's probably my second favorite current franchise after the MCU.
Okay.
Like, I'm so deep into it. I understand the lore of it. I follow the timeline, you know. Like, you know, like the fourth movie is technically the last movie in the series, and the seventh movie is like the third movie. It's like it's they got a whole mythology behind this shit.
Yeah, so they're entering X-Men territory now.
Oh, Eli, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand how truthful what you just said is. Okay, so let me continue what's going on. Okay, so Sean Hobbs, who is like The Rock and Jason Statham, they fight Idris Elba. Idris Elba's the bad guy. But here's the thing. Idris Elba has superpowers.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. He's bulletproof, super strong, and super fast. He's the Winter Soldier. He's literally the Winter Soldier.
Luke Cage.
Yes, he's Luke Cage. They show him like punching a car door off in the middle of in the scene, and they got to get Luke, like Jason Statham and The Rock to fight him. You know
it'd be awesome.
What's that?
If he turned into a car too.
He's a transformer also.
Transformer.
That'll be in the sequel. They gotta take baby steps into this, you know. So a lot of people are watching this trailer and they're like, "What the fuck?" So they finally gone there. They finally jumped the shark so much that they are fighting full on supervillains. They're no longer flirting with the comic book genre. They're balls deep into it now. Mm-hmm. So it's funny that you got people that are confused, that have left the franchise since the first movie, which was just about street racing, and robbing people, and now they're fucking fighting supervillains in the middle of the street. Like, it went from here to here. Like, how did this happen? But the thing is, if you follow every single movie, they've been getting closer and closer to this anyway. At this point, it's just like, fuck it, might as well.
Might as well.
Because look, in the sixth movie, after they fought a tank with a Ford Mustang and a Nissan Skyline, all bets are off. You just do whatever the fuck you want to after that.
Didn't they? They jumped out of planes with their cars and shit.
Oh, yeah. They've actually done a few times.
Yeah.
Why would you jump out of a plane with a car? But that's what they do.
Who cares?
At this point, it's just like, and then they land on the highway and they just keep going, and it's just whatever. Last movie, The Rock threw a missile at a bunch of dudes and killed them. Not shot a missile, threw a missile.
With his dick.
It's like, at this point, there's all bets are off with this movie. So people are still hung up on this notion of Fast and the Furious, that it's supposed to be this crime drama racing movie. But no, these movies have turned into a flat out spy movie / superhero movies, and they've been that way for a while.
And that was far fetched for that time. Like, right. A crime movie where they used little rice burners to fuck. That's probably racist. I shouldn't say that. It's 29. But yeah, where they used cars to rob shit.
Right, but it's still in the realm of reality,
Sure, yeah. Why not?
But now these movies are no longer about car race, not about racing at all. They are about a team of international black ops mercenaries that travel the world fighting arms dealers and global terrorists. That's what these movies are about now. They're basically James Bond movies now.
Mm-hmm.
Superhero movies. So they've left that racing genre a long time ago. When they hop in the cars, they're Super Saiyans. They have superpowers in these cars.
They should just form like Voltron and shit.
I'm surprised.
There's another movie. Yet. There's another movie, man. We should just start.
So, like I said, so eventually, Fast and the Furious, they've gone to the fantastical range. Every movie has been leading up to this point, so this is just the next logical step. This is not a leap. This is not jumping the shark. They jumped shot a long time ago. This is just the next logical step of what they're doing. So I'm excited for this movie. I've had an argument with somebody about, this is going to kill the franchise. It's not going to kill the franchise. I'm going to tell you why it's not going to kill the franchise. Because this franchise should have been dead a long time ago. And the thing is, when they were focused on just street racing and just crime dramas, eventually people got sick of that shit and the movie started dying off. Like the fourth movie, and like I said, I've seen all these movies multiple times. The fourth is my least favorite. The fourth movie almost killed the entire franchise.
I was about to say, didn't they stop them for a while? Then they started back up?
They started back up again because people lost interest in them. But you know what saved these movies?
The Rock?
The Rock. The Rock saved these movies. And not only that, The Rock saved these movies saved The Rock. Because The Rock was just cranking out flop after flop after flop left and right. Every movie wasn't a rundown. You know, think about it, that might have been his best movie before Fast and the Furious.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool movie. Peter Berg also made a Battlefield, Battleship. Yeah, but anyway, I digress. So The Rock saved this franchise, and eventually he became the focus of the franchise. He became the main attraction of the franchise, which is why the other guys aren't in the movie also, because they're pretty much some kind of civil war behind the scenes. They all hate each other.
I heard some shit. Yeah, I heard. So I saw a trailer for that the Page wrestling movie.
Yeah.
And the Rock plays himself.
Oh wow.
And there's a Vin Diesel jab in there.
Oh wow. Okay. Like they've been having a Twitter war and it's not just Vin Diesel. It's pretty much the entire cast. Like Tyrese, has been really going at Vin Diesel, going at The Rock, basically saying like, since they're making another Fast and Furious movie without the Fast and Furious cast, it's basically, cutting into his money. That's money he's not getting.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wants to cut out the whole franchise. It's also why in the last Fast and Furious movie, they actually said there are no scenes featuring the Vin Diesel and The Rock on screen at the same time because they hated each other just that much.
Okay.
So they purposely had them separated.
I want to see that movie. I want to see that.
Right. So that's what's going on with Fast and Furious right now. So basically, honestly, I can see what they're going. If this movie is a success, they're probably going to just go this way. Rocky even said he wants Jason Momoa in his sequel, not the Fast and Furious sequel, in the sequel to these movies.
Yeah, they'll just fuck the Fast and Furious. They'll just go with Calvin and Hobbes or whatever they're called.
Not the little toy pet type.
Whatever. Hobbes and
right.
I don't know.
Why haven't that been a movie yet anyway? But anyway, that's
Calvin and Hobbes.
Right. Like to make a movie out of everything else. Why didn't they make a Calvin and Hobbes movie?
Yeah, comic book movies sell, man.
Exactly. You can make a movie out of anything. Rocky and Bullwinkle, you make Calvin and Hobbes. But yeah, that's the thing where they're going through. And plus, Eli, when was the last time we had a good buddy cop movie?
That's been a while.
It's been a while.
A good one.
A good one. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We haven't had a buddy cop movie in a while. So that's basically what this movie is a buddy cop movie. Yeah. So it's bringing back a dead genre back to screen. And here's another thing that might sell you on this movie, Eli. It's directed by the John Wick and Deadpool 2 director.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he's directing this movie. So we might have a new franchise on our hand.
That'd be cool.
It's the same franchise, but whatever.
A rebooted of the reboot.
Right. Yeah, so let's move past that. I'm not gonna talk about that. We're gonna move to the video game section.
Alright.
Because I don't want to talk about the other shit because we're gonna be way too long on that. So video game section, let's move in. Let's see what we're talking about. Did any new games drop this week? I don't think anything dropped. What they're telling me is that Titanfall should be releasing a free-to-play game either today or tomorrow. Basically, it's the guys that used to work for Call of Duty. They got fired and decided to make their own game. Basically, Call of Duty with robots. They didn't sell, but now they're going to make it free to keep it sell. So if I play it, I'll definitely give you my review on it and let you know what I think from there. But it's actually something interesting I wanted to talk about. What do I want to talk about? Xbox Live. Here's what I want to talk about Xbox Live. So apparently with Xbox Live, they're apparently going to every single platform except PlayStation. So the iPhone is getting it. Android is getting it. Nintendo Switch is getting it. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean you can play Xbox games on those systems? No, it does not. All it means is that you get the access to Xbox Live services on it. You can pull up your achievements. You can probably talk to people back and forth Xbox Live. So if I have an iPhone and play Xbox Live, I can probably talk to you back and forth on my iPhone or my Android back and forth to that. Or from my Switch. So that's actually a game changer. And plus, since the new consoles are right around the corner, that may be a game changer. They may be looking for cross-play compatibility, and this may be planting the seeds for that, which would sound pretty awesome because that's based with Fortnite. That's one reason Fortnite is so popular right now, because you can play it on anything with other people. So, pretty awesome. But, I didn't put this on the list, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. So, PlayStation actually put out a patent that they don't want anybody to know about. What it's saying that PlayStation 5 is right around the corner, right? We don't know when it's coming out. They say it might be coming. But they're saying that it may be backwards compatibility with all of their games. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can play all of them on the PlayStation 5. That's what they're saying. That's what they're shooting for. We don't know what's going to happen. It may be a rumor, but it'd be really cool if it did. I will completely trade away all my systems and keep all my games so I can play it. But that's the thing. We don't know. Now it was some news we talked about last week that I didn't have a whole lot of information because it was so new and so bizarre. I didn't get a chance to do research on it. But this week I did research, Eli, and that
Yeah.
is Shaggy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about Shaggy. Okay. So
Shaggy the rapper, the Jamaican guy,
not the Jamaican guy, although that
Mr.
song is fucking awesome.
Bombastic.
It wasn't me. Oh no, I meant Shaggy from Scooby Doo. So apparently, Shaggy from Scooby Doo has become this internet meme where he is basically the most powerful motherfucker on the planet. And Comic Book Bullies actually did a poll on our fan page. We did a poll with Ultra Instinct Shaggy versus Saitama, the One Punch Man. Eli, guess who won?
I'm guessing it's Shaggy.
Shaggy won by a landslide. I didn't see the numbers, but he won by a landslide on there. So people are really digging. And then people even listing like stats and power levels to prove that he would win. There's some weird people out there on the internet, you know.
Yeah. So okay, good.
Okay, but the reason I'm talking, and the reason I figured out where this meme came from. It came from Reddit for one thing, because that's where everything comes from. So apparently, there's this Scooby Doo animated movie or this feature film where Shaggy gets possessed by some ghost or demon or something, and he walks to this biker bar and kicks the shit out of everybody.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened. So somebody took that scene, they took it, replaced the music, replaced it with Dragon Ball Z music. They put some After Effects on it where like he's going Super Saiyan or Ultra Instinct. So it looks like he's powering up while he's beating the guys, and that's pretty much where the Shaggy's most powerful motherfucker on the earth came from. And it sent it to a meme because the internet always loved memes and stuff like that. So now that being said, people want Shaggy into Mortal Kombat, and there's been this petition to put Shaggy in Mortal Kombat. And everybody thought the shit was funny at first. Until Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, you know, you spell his name backwards, that's where noob came from. That's basically, he invented the word noob.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He retweeted Shaggy on there. Like, and he has a poll up, like, who wants Shaggy in Mortal Kombat 11? So, like I said, he may be trolling, or he may actually be doing it. He may actually put Shaggy in there. He even posted a picture of Shaggy fighting Scorpion. Like one of his guys actually drew a picture of Shaggy doing it. So,
okay.
I don't know. We may get Shaggy. We'll see. Like I said, Warner Brothers own both Mortal Kombat and Scooby Doo, so you might get everybody. So, like you said, Eli last week, he may put somebody in a sandwich and eat them, or smoke them, one or the other. So yeah, Ultra Instinct Shaggy for Mortal Kombat 11. I maybe by the game. I don't know.
Have you seen this Hong Kong Massacre game?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it looks dope. I saw it. It popped up on my feed the other day. It's a video game,
Okay.
and it's kind of like a Max Payne or like a John Woo movie, but it's a top down perspective.
Okay.
But you get to do bullet time and dive and do all this shit, and it's just basically you're like Chow Yun Fat, basically going through room to room, just doing the killer,
But they made a Chow Yun Fat game.
Yeah, but that sucked though. I know what you're talking about, Stranglehold or whatever.
It was a Max Payne ripoff. It was decent.
Yeah, I just hated those controls though, because you had to point. I just didn't like the controls. It was an all right game, but the controls sucked. But this is all top down though. Like it's gonna be like Gauntlet or the old school GTA games and shit. I don't know. I was looking at it. It looks pretty cool. It's supposed to come out on like all consoles, I guess.
Okay.
PC, PS4 and PC, I guess. So I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I was just wondering if you heard about it. So
I haven't heard about it at all. I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, Hong Kong Massacre. So.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, that's the video game section. So basically, what we're gonna do is talk about now is to talk about the bread and butter of the podcast. We actually talk about the comic books. So we read a little bit. I feel like it was light wheat, but it was some stuff out there. Eli, I think you got the most books, so you wanna start it off first?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me get a swig of water.
Go for it. Pulling one of my moves, okay.
And my water across the room. All right. Well, I guess I'll start out with the Batman Detective Comics, number 997.
Okay.
And this is the countdown to 1,000. This book is just dope. Just so into this. So basically what's been going on, somebody's been kind of copycatting the Batman's family's murders and killing people close to Batman, and Batman's basically going around the world trying to find out who the fuck it is. He gets a hold of Thaddeus Brown, the original Mr. Miracle last issue, and they get captured. And in this issue, it starts out they're basically in a water tank tied up in a tank full of sharks, and it's basically
love sharks.
It's basically a whole homage to like the Batman '66 show. That's what I took out of it, where Batman and Robin are always in some sort of trap, and how will they escape? Tune in next time. That's what it reminded me of. It's just a celebration of all things Batman. There's sharks and piranhas in this tank. How is Batman going to get out of it? Oh God. So here's something new, and I don't know if this has ever happened before, but it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Okay.
One of the ears on his cowls is a missile.
What the? Okay. I've seen him stab people with ears cows before.
But this thing straight up like launched off his head and fucking kills a shark.
It blows up.
It goes right into the shark's eye and kills it. It's just
what the hell?
I just laughed my ass off. Oh man! And then then the piranhas are coming, and basically the dead shark is in the way, so the piranhas go after the shark first. But Batman manages to take a bite out of the shark and then spits out the meat right by the leather straps that's binding him. And the piranhas just start eating the straps. And that's how he gets free.
Oh, okay. I figured they would have smelled the blood. It would have went after the shark, but okay.
Yeah, they were eating the shark too. So it kind of reveals who's been making that big giant monster made up of all his villains and shit. Mm-hmm. You want me to spoil it?
Yeah, go
sure. Fuck it, spoil it. So Hugo Strange has been fucking with this. Has been doing this shit. So that's basically the last panel is Batman tracking down Strange and saying Strange. So this is dope. This is a 4.5 out of 5. This is just crazy, celebrating all things Batman. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. Nope. And like I said, countdown to 1,000. So.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, next book I have is What's the next book I have? Let me see. Oh yeah, Heroes in Crisis number. When is this one? I have no idea. 5? Heroes in Crisis number 5. Okay. So yeah, the book starts off. Well, like I said, last time we left off the book, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle have broken out of the Hall of Justice because they were both trapped in their prison because Batman held them there to get more information, find out who killed, everybody in Sanctuary, and they're broken loose. So the first thing they do is go to Blue Beetle's house and hang out in his apartment and watch movies while eating pizza and drinking beer, I guess. So they're just hanging out, and they're trying to figure out what the next move they're gonna do. And Booster Gold says, what if, since Flash should have the information about who killed everybody right now, so he's like the top, forensic guy, what if we go over there, kick his ass, and take the information from him? And Blue Beetle reminds him, that's what you did last time, and that's how you end up in jail. You're like, oh yeah, right. Well, they don't expect to do it again. You're like, okay, let's do it. So that's exactly what they do. But before they go there, we cut back to Batman and Batgirl. Basically Batgirl wants Skeets. Skeets is Booster Gold's little robot buddy, and Batman has done all kind of scans on Skeets. He can't find anything from him. Batgirl's like, well, let me try. I got a system at home that because she used to be Oracle and stuff like that. I got something at home that may get something that you couldn't get. You're like, yeah, you can have them. And he's like, well, where are the rest of the Trinity? They're doing a press conference. We're like, well, shouldn't you be there? No, because I'm Batman. And then he leaves. So Batgirl takes Skeets back to her home. And Skeet's like, well, if Batman could get information out of me, how you gonna get the information out of me? Oh, simple. I have somebody to get the information out of you. And he turn around and it's Harley Quinn with a hammer. And she just goes to work on Skeets, and Skeets eventually gives the information up. While we cut back to that, we have, and the rest of the book is actually pretty simple. It's basically Superman and Wonder Woman standing in front of the Hall of Justice giving a press conference, and Superman is basically exposed to the world what Sanctuary is, why the heroes need Sanctuary, and why the people of the world shouldn't be scared of Sanctuary. And it's pretty okay thing. He gives this long speech that he's actually been working on the whole time. While they're doing that, Booster Gold does exactly what he said he's gonna do. He breaks into the building where Flash is doing the work. He actually has managed to take down Flash. I think Blue Beetle helps them out also, but they take down Flash. They get all the information. They do forensics itself, and Booster Gold finds out something that the bodies of the people that were killed in Sanctuary don't match up to the same age of what they're supposed to be. So maybe some weird other shit is going on. But before they can find out what's going on, they turn around. It's Harley Quinn and Batgirl right behind them, and Harley Quinn is like, "I'm about to kill both of you because that's what I do. I kill people." Before they get to fighting, yeah, that's it. We get this little anecdote with Harley Quinn and Sanctuary and that story. It's coming together. It really, the whole book is really about Superman giving his speech to the world on why Sanctuary, and it wasn't even to the world. It was really to us, the reader, the DC fans, why Sanctuary needs to be a thing, because having the heroes being vulnerable doesn't make them less heroes. That's the point he was trying to make with the story. Probably the story that he was trying to make with the entire, arc. That's what Tom King's going with that. Overall, I get the book 4 out of 5. Pretty entertaining. Was light on movement, momentum on what it was doing. Because, like I said, it was mostly just Superman just talking. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, all I got left is Marvel.
Cool. We never do Marvel here.
I guess I'll go with. I'll go with Captain America #7.
Okay, which a book I should have read, but okay.
Yeah. So, I won't go I won't spoil details, but I'll just give you the gist. So, Thunderbolt Ross has been murdered, and Captain America has been framed for it. He basically turns himself in, and this is a little bit slower. I mean, this book has been awesome lately. It's Coates writing Captain America. It's been great. This is probably the first lull in the arc, because there's not a lot of action. It's just a lot of setup.
Okay.
And that's what I'm fearing, that it might fall into what happened with the Captain or the Black Panther run, where it's just too much shit going on,
right.
Too much juggling of setup and people plotting and shit like that. And that's what's going on here. You got all these villains. You got the Struckers. You got the what's the Alexander and the wife. What's their names? Those two main villains from the first few issues. There's a lot of villains kind of plotting against each other, and then you got Captain America just turning himself in. Shield is involved somehow, even though I thought Shield was disbanded. I don't know. So Captain America he's in jail now. He's at the I think he's at the he's not the negative zone. What's the other place called? The one in the ocean. The one in Civil War. What the fuck's it called again?
Oh, 42? Technically, that was a negative zone.
Yeah. Anyway, he's in Marvel jail, and then the Daughters of the Dragon, not the Daughters of the Dragon, the Daughters of the Liberty.
Who?
Is that what they're called? Daughters of Liberty. It's a bunch of female superheroes. Looks like we got Sue Storm. Looks like Misty Knight.
Oh, that's some new shit. Yeah, that's some new
Spider Woman.
Which Spider-Man? There's like 5 of them.
Jessica Drew.
Okay.
Looks like a couple of native chicks. Is that Danny Moonstar or is that Echo? I don't know.
Echo's not native, is she?
I thought she is.
Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, Echo's one of our few, man.
Oh wow.
Echo,
like, as soon as she made Hawkeye, she just gave her her secret identity and everything.
Yeah, so it just says, basically, yeah, they're on the mission to find out who really killed Ross and clear Captain America's name. It just says the last page is, the Daughters of Liberty are on the job or whatever, and it's just to be continued, and it's a bunch of women. So comics gators are gonna love that.
Oh yeah. Boycott this book that we weren't buying anyway.
Yeah, so I give it a 3 out of 5. This is the first lull I feel in the arc, because this has been going great. I've been digging on this run, until now. This was like the first, okay, this sounds like Coates.
Like, there he is with the real Coates. Yeah. Please stand up.
Yeah, okay, a bunch of talking, everyone plotting shit. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Book I have now, in my last book, is Justice League Annual #1. So, and I thought it was going to be like a book you just pick up and just read and just be its own continuous story. Nah. You got to know what the fuck going on with Justice League currently. So basically, what's going on is the Justice League go to the Source Wall. You know, the Source Wall has been destroyed, so they're trying to repatch it. So you have the Justice League, the Green Lantern Corps, the Thanagarians, and I think I'm missing somebody. Thanagarians, Green Lantern Corps, New Gods. Yeah, the New Gods all there. And what they've done, they've captured the Omega Titans, which is basically DC's ripoff of the Celestials. They've captured the 3 Omega Titans, and they basically put them back into the Source Wall. And once they put them in the Source Wall, it's going to re-heal itself. But the thing is, it's supposed to be a 4th Omega Titan, but the Justice League accidentally killed them. So they have to find a replacement. And Starman tells Hawkgirl that she can be the replacement for the Omega Titan, because he can fill her with enough Omega energy to replace him. But the problem is she had to be stuck in the Source Wall forever, you know, to feel it. So, but Martian Manhunter says, it's okay, I'm going to make your time easier for you, because what I'm going to do is make this dream world. Basically, he says, I can put you in the Matrix, and all your favorite memories from all the lives you live, you can just live in there for peacefully for the end of forever, and you'll be happy. And she gets so happy, she kisses Martian Manhunter. You know, like, I know you're married and stuff, and I know I'm married, but I want this, John. And then Martian Manhunter pushes back. She's like, oh, did I read it wrong? Like, nah, we got bigger problems. And then he turns to Superman. He's like, Superman, look up. And apparently it's Brainiac and his army is fighting him. But apparently Brainiac's supposed to be dead, but he's not, because that's what Brainiac does. And Brainiac fights all 4 of them, the New Guys, the Green Lanterns, the Thanagarians, the Justice League. He got a big enough army he can fight everybody at the same time. So they kind of go in the past and kind of explain why Brainiac is back. And they go 2 weeks before time, and Brainiac is talking to the Legion of Doom, basically Lex Luthor. And he's telling Lex Luthor, Lex, you were supposed to get 7 of these artifacts from the Source Wall, and you only got 4. But what you don't know, when you was torturing Starman the entire time, he actually had all 7 artifacts inside of him. You're a dumbass. You may be the smartest human on your planet, but you humans are dumb, because if you knew better, you would have had Starman with you the whole time, and you would have already won. You know, so let me break this down to you very slowly so you can comprehend. What I'm going to do is fight the Justice League and everybody else, and I'm going to take control of Starman, even for a split second, and I'm going to absorb all his energy. Once I do that, I can resurrect Perpetua, who is the godmother of the multiverse. And when I can control her, I'll know the complete workings of the multiverse and know everything that happened. Deal? So I'm taking over the Legion of Doom. And Lex Luthor like, wait, we didn't vote you in. Like, I don't give a fuck who you voted in. I'm the leader now. Let's go. So cut back to present time. They're fighting everybody. But before Hawkgirl can completely get reabsorbed into the Source Wall, since Brainiac is fucking up everything, Martian Manhunter pulls out and put it back on the ship they were on before. And as soon as they turn around, Perpetua has been resurrected. She's like fucking huge. She's like the god of the multiverse. And somehow Brainiac is able to capture her, and they get in the suit, put her in the ship, and they fly off. So the Green Lantern Corps is looking at Earth and looking at all the Justice League and like, you guys fucked up. I just want you to know that the entire universe is kind of pissed at Earth for what you just did. Because basically the multiverse, since Perpetua is back, the multiverse has about a few months to live. So we got to get back to the Green Lantern base and protect our universe. And you guys need to go back to Earth because they're going to be looking for you. And then they fly off. And then we go back to the Legion of Doom. Meanwhile, Legion of Doom, that's love saying that. So Brainiac and Lex Luthor are looking at Perpetua. She's chained up, stuff like that. And Lex Luthor is looking at Brainiac. And Brainiac's like, so what's the next move, Lex? And Lex Luthor's telling Brainiac, well, let me break this down to you so you can comprehend. We need to prepare for war for the multiverse. And that's how the book ends. So apparently this is setting up a whole new storyline that's coming on. Because they basically show everybody in the multiverse pissed off at Earth for what they just did for destroying the Source Wall. So yeah, overall, I get the book 4.5 out of 5. It's what I expect in a Justice League book. It's just a whole bunch of shit just flying around. This multiversal thing that's going crazy. And Scott Snyder feels like he's trying to out Grant Morrison. Grant Morrison had this insane fucking storyline where it was just the end of the multiverse. And it looked like Scott Snyder's even trying to go further past that. So I want to see how this goes. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right. I guess, should I do the Punisher? Punisher was cool. I'll do the Punisher.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll do the Punisher. Punisher number 7 continues to be a lot of fun. We got Punisher in prison. You know, Nick Fury made a deal with Baron Zemo. Gave up Frank Castle to Baron Zemo, And now Baron Zemo is Frank Castle's in prison in what's that country? Bulgaria, not Bulgaria. What's that country?
Sokovia.
That's Sokovia. I forget the country that Baron Zemo is trying to legitimize.
Okay.
The Hydra Nation, basically. This is just Punisher in prison. Fighting off Shankers and shit, fighting off Hydra agents. That Baron Zemo does not want him dead, so he can't. So he basically kills any Hydra agent that tries to fuck with Frank. That's going on. But then there's this nun in the prison that has taken an interest in Frank, and a straight up nun.
Okay.
And it turns out she's from an old ass Punisher comic from when the Punisher was down in Guatemala or whatever, in Venezuela.
Wasn't that like in the 90s? When he had like a Punisher tattoo on his chest?
Yeah. Well, this is since this is rebooted, Punisher's got Baron Zemo's carved a Punisher skull into his chest while he's in prison.
Oh wow.
Okay. But this is back, I think in the 80s or whatever. It was some job. He went down and murdered a bunch of shitty mercenaries, and the nun was in that village.
I think I remember that story.
Yeah, it's an old. Yeah, I don't recall. I mean, I might have read it. Let's see. It actually references it.
Yeah.
There's Punisher 34 to 40, 87.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty popular. Like Marvel really pushed that story at the time. I remember.
Yeah,
he had like a Punisher tattoo.
I may not have read that. That's 30 to 40, or 34 to 40. That's kind of up there. I might have stopped reading them by then.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's from that storyline. Now she's in this prison and basically wants to use Frank to take over the prison gang, to basically become a head. She wants to take over the prison, and she wants to use Frank.
Nice.
So
okay.
This is just getting crazy. So I give it a 4 out of 5. I'm just digging this new Punisher run a lot. So yeah. And you got any more books?
I'm booked out. That's all I got.
All right. I guess the last one I will do. I just picked this up for shits and giggles. Like I said, it was the polar vortex, man. I couldn't go anywhere. So I figured pick up some more reading material.
Read comics or die.
Yeah. Stay inside, and So this is Journey into Unknown Worlds. This is that 80 years of Marvel, that celebration or whatever they're doing. Celebrating 80 years of Marvel, and it's basically Journey. It's a callback to those old books like Journey into Mystery, Tales to Astonish, Amazing Fantasy, all those old books they were doing before they became Marvel. You know what I mean? And this is just a throwback, to those tales, to those weird stories, horror, sci-fi, fantasy, kind of like Tales from the Crypt or Eerie. And it's just this book just had 2 short horror tales, sci-fi horror tales. One involving like this like scientific this bioweapon, like the CDC, like this hazmat crew investigating this outbreak in the woods, and they basically become infected with these these bone aliens or whatever, and it starts infecting the earth and shit. And the second book, or the second story, involves a bunch of Boy Scouts on a camping trip, and they're fucking with the one kid. He's kind of getting bullied, but then he sees a meteor fall, and he goes and checks it out. He gets infected by this alien germ that turns him into this monster bug and starts infecting the whole, all the other Boy Scouts and shit. So it's just, short horror tales, nothing groundbreaking. It's just a throwback, good old fashioned horror monster movie type shit, campy B movie horror. I give it a 3 out of 5. Wasn't spectacular, wasn't anything new, and wasn't anything that other comics, indie comics are doing right now. So it was just, just filler. It passed the time. It was a shitter book. I read it on the shitter in like 5 minutes. And
cool, just an easy breezy book. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's nothing great. So it's just a 3 out of 5.
Okay, cool. Any more or?
That's all I got.
Cool. Okay, yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, definitely if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Definitely listen to our other podcasts. We got our sister podcast, Geek Savs. We have Comics Cast, which I'm pretty sure they're doing the same books we do, so definitely want to listen to see what they have to say. This Geeks and Comics. We have Hoodoo TV. We have Get Valiant still going strong. Instruments to Destruction. Is that right? I said it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I have some more. I forgot about them. Outright Geekery. We geek out.
Yeah.
Ding. Yeah, and like I said, next week we'll probably have some more stuff. I think next week will be our Valentine's episode. We'll do something special. We'll do something special. We don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll figure something out. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel. Cool.